William Teller has yet to make up his mind as to the type of artist he represents. Over the years, his so-called ideas have evolved into creations in various media. Take, for example, this wood sculpture currently on display at the Indiana State Museum. It's a rendition of his wife.
I have a lot of ideas, and I haven't found that one vehicle to rest all of those ideas upon, so I do a serendipity thing. I don't have a rule of thumb. The piece that the State Museum has of mine is a good example of something I started out doing, and it comes out almost African, but that was not the intent.
Bill is a visual artist who works in several mediums, honing his ideals into unique interpretations. This painting represents a trip to New York City. He calls it Red Bridge over Green Water.
That was polluted. I saw the pollution, and I've increased upon the pollution, but on the other hand, the confusion, I guess it's organized confusion that the New Yorker has there. The buildings on top of buildings, the narrow streets, the crowds, and this is what I was trying to project with the buildings. But there are little signatures in there. There's a cross in there that shows you about the church. There are a lot of little things. It isn't just a quickie look at and understand.
Bill Teller has been at it now for several decades. The type of Hoosier artist he represents and just what his art really says may be debatable. But one thing is for sure, Bill considers himself a producer of black art. As a matter of fact, he is one of the state's leading authorities on that subject. He teaches it at Indiana University, and when asked to define his field of study, Bill takes pause.
Some people think that black art is art that shows the black community, the black struggle. Other people say that you're black, but you're an artist, and so your creative juices run and flow, and what comes out of that is black art.
Today, Bill's desire to perform and teach are secondary to his new mission. Nowadays, he spends most of his time as a researcher.
I spend time in Library of Congress, at the Smithsonian, National Archives, at the Indianapolis Museum of Art here, Philadelphia Museum. It's gotten to be a passion.
He's hopeful that his countless hours of poring over historical records will be fruitful. His goal is to bring the recognition of black artists into the mainstream.
There's still not that much available. The art history books that are used at the university level in art history still have very little on the African American visual artists. African art, fine. African American art, very, very little.
Teller is desirous that his research impacts history.
First, we need to put history correct. So there needs to be a niche in history for these people of color who have contributed but have been ignored. You have Sam Gillam was the first artist to take the canvas out of the frame and drape it. You have Bearden, who has taken Picasso and Braque's collages. He took that to a height that's never been done before. So you have those people contributing, but it's quietly not talked about. For instance, one of the major artists known in the country, John J. Audubon, was Haitian. His mother was Haitian. His father was French. Now, by the formula that was used, he's black.
For years to come, artists and laymen alike will continue to debate the questions regarding the makeup of black art. But in the meantime, Bill Teller is one Hoosier who intends to make sure that history bears no questions as to who the black artists were.